Most people see AI as a shortcut, and that is why most people are staying average while understanding or learning AI. But a small group of people are using AI as a system, and those people are pulling ahead way faster than everyone else. Everyone has the same tools, but people are seeing a lot of different results. By the end of this video, I'm giving you guys 6 AI skills that will put you in the top 1% of people. And I think skill number 5 is where you really start to see the transition into making this super unfair and giving you quite the advantage. So skill number 1, this is prompt engineering. Maybe you guys have started using AI and your results feel incredibly random. Sometimes they're super good and sometimes they're not. And you're like, this was just way better yesterday. And I have one simple kind of rule. If the prompt is messed up going in, the output is also going to be messed up. You ask it to do something that's very plain, very bland, doesn't make a lot of sense. The result is you're going to get something plain and bad that doesn't really make any sense. So the top users use a structure that I'm going to give you. It's actually 4 parts. And the first one is role. The second one is context. The third one is command. And the last one is format. So let's start with role. So when I say role, when we're creating a prompt, we're going to start with something like, if we're looking, just for the sake of the example for this YouTube video, if we're looking for it to create a thumbnail, we may say something like, act like a YouTube thumbnail artist or act like a YouTube strategist. So that is going to be the role. How is it acting? The second one is context. So you might say something like, my audience is between the ages of 16 and 30. They're really focused on business and AI and maybe even technology. So now it kind of understands the concept. Okay, it's mostly men and they're interested in business. They're interested in technology. They're interested in AI. That's how we're going to start to format or theme that kind of thumbnail image, followed by command. So you may say something like, give me 3 thumbnail ideas that are hyper realistic. Make sure that they're focused on really big, bold, white, clear, easy to understand text with a more tech or sci-fi type background. Now the AI knows exactly what you're looking for. Fourth is format. So for this one, it's pretty easy. You could say something like, give that to me in bullet points that would be easy to copy and paste into a prompt. Or you could say, now help me generate an AI prompt to be able to create an image like this, right? And then you might take that to ChatGPT. You might take that to one of the other AI imaging tools. And now it's already creating a format or a prompt for you based on the format you gave it and the command and the context and the role. So using all of those, you can combine it and get a way better output. Again, that is the same tool with a vastly different result. Skill number 2 is build a reusable system. If you guys are regularly restarting your prompts every time brand new off the cuff, you're doing it wrong. The top AI users do not do this. For example, most people say, help me write a sales email. But when you do that, the result is going to be different every single time. So instead of doing that, set up a base prompt. So for example, when we're first originally starting with that sales email, we can say, hey, help me write a sales email. It's going to generate a prompt. And then you're just going to go back and tweak it, like change this or make it more friendly. And you're going to give it a list of like, do this, do this, do this, until you're like slightly tinkering with it until you find something you like. And after a couple minutes, you create a prompt where you're like, this sales email is super good. I really like the wording. I really like the format. You can then ask AI, generate a prompt that would have gotten me to this email right away. And then AI's response is going to give you the prompt setup to get to that email straight away without you having to correct it every time. This is already helping you. Please consider hitting that subscribe button for me as we're really trying to grow the channel. Skill number 3 is use iterations. This is for the people that feel like their AI results are really okay. Like, oh, I couldn't use this on a regular basis, or I couldn't use this for my job because the results are kind of basic. It uses the same words. It doesn't feel very fluent. It looks a little childish, or maybe it's just incomplete. This is what you're missing. Most people stop at the first result, and that's the mistake. Top users refine. So most people might start with something like, help me write a paper. Then you have to push AI a little bit more. For example, you might say, make it shorter, or make it longer, or write it in a more fun tone, or write it in a more professional tone. Then you might follow up with, make it feel a little bit more engaging, or help me write it at an 8th grade reading level, or help me write this note to my boss, so make sure you're way more respectful than normal. Now, what's going to happen here is each step is going to sharpen it a little bit more and get it a lot more to what you want. Skill number 4 is precise editing. So what I mean by this is kind of everything that we've already done, but once you've created your prompt and you've adjusted it and you've tweaked it and you've found exactly what you're looking for, here's how you can make some minor changes. So instead of saying, okay, that looks good, but rewrite it, it's going to change some of the verbiage and maybe some things that you don't want. So for example, on an email, if you're just trying to fix like a couple of words, or you just want to change one word, but you don't want to reuse AI to like completely reconstruct it, because likely it's going to change a couple of other words, it might remove a few things, and then you're going to be kind of frustrated because you're saying, don't do that. What you can do is actually open the canvas mode. And so by opening the canvas mode, you can actually put it in where it's editable for you. So you can erase a word, you can erase a letter, you can change something, you can add a couple words. So it's something that becomes way easier when you're using canvas mode to change little things that you can manually go in and fix, rather than having AI try and rewrite it and making a mess of what you've just created. Skill number 5 is change your thinking. This is where most people get AI wrong. So most people use AI to get their answer, and then they find a format and they're happy with it. The best AI users do this instead. And what they will do is they will critique their own ideas and they will challenge their own ideas using the AI. So once you've created that, whatever you're working on, you've created that script for YouTube, what you can do is say, now, again, we're creating the role. So act like a YouTube strategist and look at this script for retention. Give me 5 ways that I could improve retention on this script to get viewers to watch my videos for longer. Or I've created this script from scratch and I feel like I need help improving it. Help me figure out the best thing I can do to improve retention. And this is really where growth happens. This is really where you start to fine tune things, and your prompts and your output, if you will, just as a whole, whether it's whatever you're using with AI, it's your emails, it's your scripts, it's your image generating, whatever you use AI for really starts to get refined back and gets to be something very good. Skill number 6 is AI skill building. And so what I mean by AI skill building is actually using AI to help you get better, because once you mentally understand what you need or what you don't know, the better it is at being able to help you develop those skills. So for example, I am recently looking for a high level tech job. And so I knew that I wanted to prepare for a couple of companies specifically. So I asked ChatGPT to act like an interviewer and give me 5 difficult interview questions for blank company. From there, I said, once I give my answer, I want you to give me criticism, rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, and give me a few tips on how my answer could actually have been better. And so by doing this, it's actually going to challenge you to not only give you a challenging question, but then you have to answer it. It's going to rate your answer on a scale of 1 to 10, and then it's going to give you a piece of feedback or a few pieces of feedback on how you can actually improve your skill. And now with AI, we're actually learning and developing skills. Write a research paper for X, Y, and Z, and then you can actually just listen to the response. And so you can actually start to develop and understand. It can also help you do research. So we can actually use AI as a way of getting better. Maybe you really need to focus in school on certain aspects of math problems. Well, now with AI, you can ask it for a bunch of extra math questions that will help you start to learn and develop skills that you know you're going to need. So instead of using AI as a crutch of just that is my brain now, everything, I just ask AI how to do something, it does it, I don't even care, and I just follow it blindly. Ask it to teach you so that you have a better understanding. So to wrap things up, same tool, vastly different results. So try this out. Let me know what you think. Again, if you made it to the end of the video, comment the word AI down below, and I will see you guys in the next video.